heading down. It's my weekly trip to pay bills and get groceries. That's where I'm headed. And first stop is going to be the post office. Mail some stuff, and then I'll be going to Dollar Tree to get some things, Orscheln's to get some things, and I'm gonna go to the thrift store just to kind of look around and see what they got in there. Haven't been in a while, so thought maybe I might go today. Hadn't been out in a while. It seems like it's been a while. I can't remember when was the last time I went. It's been a while, but it ain't been like months. It may have been like about a week and a half, so that's what I'm doing. The first place I'm going to stop is right here. To the post office. So, go in. I will see y'all when I get back out. See you in a little bit. Okay, I got 2 cards here. So, I'll be showing you what I got in the cards when I do my video for my mail call. On to the next one. It's really, take the mask off. It's really kind of overcast, and I think when I checked the weather, they did say that it was supposed to rain later on today. I think they said it was supposed to rain by 3 o'clock. And if it seems like I'm talking a little funny, it's because I am. I used a different type of denture adhesive in my mouth today, and I don't like it. It was the first time it's some I bought that I hadn't used. I've been using a different type. What I've been using was Polident, Poligrip, something like that. And this kind was a Walmart brand, Equate. Of course, it's a cheaper one, so, and I thought, I'm right now in the experimenting stage where I'm trying lots of different stuff to see what I like the best. I definitely ain't liking this. First of all, it doesn't feel like it's secure in there. Second of all, it feels like it's pushing my denture away from my mouth. And I didn't put very much on it at all. I put like what they recommend, just tiny little dot, like a pea size, not even a pea, a small pea size on each side, one in the front and then one on the back. I didn't hardly put anything at all on it, but it feels like it's that thick in between my denture and my mouth. So I don't know if it didn't spread out right when I pressed it in, because I wasn't able to press real hard, because when I put it in, there's kind of a sore spot up here on this side, and when I was pressing my denture up against that sore spot, it was hurting. So I couldn't press it too hard, to kind of spread that out. So I might be able to, as the day goes on, push it up with my tongue. But right now it don't feel right. It feels like I got way too much of it in there. So I might try it one more time, and then the next time I try it, I might put like even less, like even half of that little dot that I put on there, even less, because it's not making me very happy. And right now I'm on my way to the other post office. And then I was hoping when I rented that one that it would eliminate the need for coming downtown to this one. But the reason I'm having to go to this one, I feel like at that other post office, that when I mail stuff, she's charging me more. because she's not really I mean, I know she's a real post office, regulated post office and all. She has to be in order to have a business, but I feel like she's charging me more than what the other post office did. Oh my goodness, they must be remodeling that. All right, I'm gonna go in here and get this mailed and I'll be right back out. Okay. Till this car goes by. I am going to the rescue mission, which is what we call our thrift store. It's called Rescue Mission Thrift Store. And that Rescue Mission Thrift Store is also our food bank. That's where they give out the food every month. So that's my next stop. I'm going to go there. I'm not going in there for anything in particular. I just thought, look, I may pick up a sheet in there for my quilts because the sheets are $3. That's a lot of material in a quilt to make. If you're making a scrap quilt, a rag quilt, and take a regular sheet and cut it up. So I might pick up a sheet in there for $3, unless they've raised their prices again. They used to be $2. There used to be like $1.50, $2. Then when I went in there after the first of the year, they'd raised them up to $3. So they raised them again. I might pick up one of those, but other than that, I'm going to look in housewares. See if I might find some Tupperware that I can resell. The Tupperware that I've been buying there for like 75 cents to $1, I've been able to resell it for $5. Make a little bit of money off it. And then I always look around in the pots and pans in there in case I find something. See, that's where I found that Pioneer Woman griddle for $3. And I looked it up online, and I think it was $30 online. So I always kind of look around in the housewares, the appliances and stuff, to see if they got anything. Like if they've got a air fryer in there real cheap that I can buy and resell, or a toaster oven or something. What I'd really like to find in there for cheap is a tea kettle. Now, I did find some tea kettles in there. I think I found like 3 of them in there. And they wanted $4 and $5 for each one, and I didn't want to pay that much. If I can find one in there for like $1.50, $1.75, maybe $2, I might buy it, but I don't want to pay $3 for one, $5 for one, and y'all probably think, well, that ain't very bad of a price. And it's probably not. It's probably a decent price for them, but I'm just cheap that way. I like to save money and get a bargain in the same time. So if I can find one for cheaper than that, because I've been drinking tea, and if I don't get a tea cup, a teapot, then I have to put it in water in a pan and heat it up in a saucepan, which is okay. I mean, it works just as good, but it'd just be a whole lot more convenient if I could find a tea kettle that I could just heat it up and then just pour it, It looks like gas has went up or down. I can't remember what it was last time. $3.09. Whenever I came home after I went for the dentist and stuff, the first time I took my teeth out, I just took them out long enough to rinse my mouth out, and I had to put them back in because I had to sleep in them that night. And then they wanted me to take them out the next day and put them back in so that, give my mouth a rinse out. But I've been wearing them pretty much ever since. I slept in them for like the first 3 days for sure. I slept in them all night. I took them out and rinsed, put them back in, and wore them almost 24 hours a day. Of course, now I take them out a little bit But when I took them at that first time, I was kind of, I don't really know the word for it, I can't even think of a word that describes what I'm wanting to say to you. I didn't want to see my mouth without the teeth on the top. I wasn't ready for that, the shock of it, I guess. So what I did to prevent myself from accidentally seeing my mouth with no teeth in it, I taped newspaper up on all the mirrors in the house. Because I didn't want to accidentally go in there, and look up and see it. I wasn't prepared for that. And I don't know if any of you people that have dentures, if you experienced that too. I knew that it would be shocking to see myself. I've seen other people, without teeth on YouTube videos. They'll take their teeth out, and show you their gums and stuff. So I knew what it looked like. I just wasn't prepared to see my own reflection without it. So I covered up all the mirrors in the house with newspaper until I felt comfortable. Today, when I went in there and I was getting dressed, I was brushing my hair and getting ready to come out. Was the first time that I actually was comfortable looking at my mouth with no teeth in it. All right, I'm going to run in here and look around. I'll see y'all when I come back. Well, the thrift store was a bust. They didn't hardly have anything in there. Their shelves were picked over. Plus, it seems like every time I come out here, they took a spurt of rearranging everything, then you can't find it. I had just gotten used to the layout of where everything was that I was interested in, so I could go straight to it. Went in there today and they've moved tables completely out and turned things in a different direction. Only thing I found in there was this mask. Because I do wear sleep masks, because sometimes I sleep during the day. I paid $0.25 for that. Now they did have a couple of sheets in there that I was kind of iffy about, and I came real close to getting them. And I thought, no, they were purple, but they weren't a real pretty purple. And I thought, no, I'm just going to wait. They might come up later on, come back, and they might have some prettier colors. So I didn't even get those sheets. I just spent $0.25. Didn't have hardly any appliances in there. They did have one of those little nostalgic cooker things, like they was real popular there for a while at Walmart. They were $9. I bought one in a waffle maker, and I used it a lot when I first got it. And now I don't hardly make waffles at all in it. But the only thing they had in there, they had one that made little teeny tiny bundt cakes, which were really donuts. You might as well call them donuts. They were the size of those little packages of mini donuts like you get at a gas station, little teeny tiny ones. And they only made 3 at a time. They wanted $3 for it, and I came real close to getting that, and I thought, how many times would I even use that to make donuts? I mean, I'm trying to downsize my house and get rid of stuff. Unless it's something I'm going to use a bunch of times, or I can resell it, or recycle it into something else that I can use. I didn't get it. Now, they had a really, really good, sturdy nightstand in there for $15, which I thought was a good price. It was all wood. The only reason I didn't get that, I need 2 of them, because I'm planning on setting my TV in the living room on nightstands. Right now, I've got it sitting on cardboard boxes and magazines and hardback books. So I figured if I got 2 nightstands, the same height, I could raise it up and set it on that. So I didn't get it because they only had 1. If they had 2, I might have come close to getting it. So I thought $15 was a pretty fair price, but I didn't get that. They had 2 or 3 really nice kitchen tables in there. One of them they wanted $80 for, which I thought was outrageously high. It was wood, and I think it had a couple of chairs with it. It might have Had 2 or 3 chairs with it. But I thought $80 for a secondhand table like that was a little bit high in a thrift store. They moved all the stuff around back in that room. That's where I used to go back there and look at fabric. And they got rid of a bunch of the fabric. I guess they were getting so much of it in there and they weren't selling it. They probably bundled it up and donated it to the recycling place. Because usually they had 4 or 5 baskets full of little bitty end pieces of remnants of fabric from anywhere to a quarter to $1. And I used to buy bunches of those in there to make quilts. You know, make scrap quilts with, but they only had a handful of them left. I'd say they probably didn't even have 10 remnants of them in there. So I figured they probably got rid of a bunch of that stuff. They probably figured, well, it ain't selling. We're not going to keep it. So just probably bundled it up, took it to recycling or something. But yeah, their shelves was pretty empty. Either people are not donating, or this could be something too. Last time I was in Walmart and went to the service desk to exchange a thing that I took in there, the lady told me that people were getting their tax money back. That could be something too. A lot of people got their tax money and went in there and bought stuff. But yeah, their shelves was pretty empty. They didn't have a whole lot of much of anything in there today. Being towards the end of the month like this is not a really good time to go in there and shop, I guess. Maybe the middle, I'd say the middling. The end of the month is a good time because at the end of the month, the people that get a check at the first of the month are broke. So there's not a whole lot of buying goes on. I think probably most of the buying goes on in there anywhere from the 1st to the 7th of the month, because that's when most people get their Social Security, my bags keep falling on me, Social Security checks and stuff like that in there. So you might do pretty good if you went in there between those dates. I want to run in the Dollar Tree here and see if I can find what I'm looking for in here. And then I'll be back. See you in a little bit. Well, they finally had what I've been looking for. I've been coming in here every week for the longest time looking, trying to find those plastic storage containers like I used to hold flour and sugar and stuff. I want one to put my Bisquick in. I wanted one of the tall ones. All they had was the little ones, and I thought, well, shoot, I want a tall one. I said, well, better grab the little one while I got it, because it might, if you don't, they sell out, it'll be another 4 months before they get it in. So I got that, and then I've been wanting one of them scraper things like you used to scrape dough up and chop things with. That's got measurements on it, you know, like inches. They had those, so I said I better snatch one of them up while I'm in here. So, yeah, that's the way it is at the Dollar Tree. If they have it and you're in there and you need it, you better get it when you're in there. You won't, next time you come back, it may not be there. Now I got to go over here. I'm driving like a crazy lady. Got to go to Orscheln's. They've got something in here that comes in once a year in March. Just once a year. And they sell out of it. And I'm coming in here to see if I can get me one before they do sell out of it. That's all I'm coming in here for. I'm not going to go up and down any of the other aisles like I've been doing. I'm just going to go look for that one thing, and then I'm out of there. And good, I'm getting a spot right up here in the front. Yes, so I won't have to walk very far. One of these days I'm going to get me a handicap sticker. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit when I come back out of here. That's another store that I could spend hours in. I know that probably sounds stupid because it's a farm supply store, Orscheln's, but they have so much more in there. They have clothing now, and they carry a lot of clothing. They have furniture, they have lawn decorations, toys for kids, decorations for your house, wall plaques, wall hangings. all kinds of stuff. You could do a lot of good Christmas shopping in there. The prices are high though. If you come on Wednesday as a senior, you get a senior discount. So that's when I try to shop. And I thought today was Wednesday. I forgot that it was Thursday. And I started to tell that girl, don't forget to give me my senior discount. And then I remembered, oh, I ain't getting the 10% senior discount because it's Thursday. And they give the senior discount on Wednesday. So Wednesday's the day I usually go shopping. I messed up and went in there today, Thursday, because I didn't get off my hind end yesterday and get out. But yeah, I could spend hours in there looking. I love to look at all the different stuff and get ideas for things. You know, find things in there that are made for one purpose that you can use for something else. I watched a YouTube video the other day where a lady said her husband had been going to Harbor Freight. And he'd always ask her to go, and she didn't want to go. And she thought, well, you know what? He goes to the fabric store with me when I do quilting and stuff, so maybe I should do a turnabout and go with him to the Harbor Freight. You know what she discovered? She found a lot of things that she could use in her quilt room at Harbor Freight. And people consider Harbor Freight, you know, like for tools. And it is. It's mostly automotive and tools for your home to work on, to build. She found all kinds of neat little things in there in Harbor Freight that she could use in her quilt room, and at a good price too. Some of them I was kind of interested. I thought, well, I could probably use that in my quilting room too, because I've looked at a lot of that stuff online, you know, or off Amazon, and it's not that cheap. She found these little bowl things like that are magnetic, so you put them like underneath your car when you're working on it to hold nuts and bolts and screws and stuff. She bought one to keep her needles at her sewing machine, and I thought that's a pretty good idea, because the ones you order off Amazon in the sewing area cost a whole, I think she paid $1.99 for a big giant one. And like she said, it was industrial looking, but by crackies, it will hold a whole lot of straight pins. You know, if you want to put straight pins in there, safety pins if you're working. So they have a Harbor Freight in that town that's 30 miles away from here. I don't go there very often to shop, but I may have to check it out and go there and see if I can find some stuff that I like. But yeah, I like to look around in the hardware stores, lumber, places that sell lumber and nuts and bolts and things. I like to look around in places like that and try to find ideas for things for, you know, that you wouldn't think about using for that purpose that you can use for something else that works just as good. All right, I'm here at the Wally Worlds. Well, it wasn't very crowded in Walmart, at least. So I was able to get most everything, and they were out of some of the things that I was looking for, but I got most of everything. I had a coupon that I clipped off a package, 55 cents off on butter that I bought in there last week. It was called, the name of it was called Challenge Butter. So I clipped it off. 55 cents is 55 cents, and I thought, well, I use butter all the time. I'll just buy it now because the coupon expired the end of this month. Put it in the freezer, and then I'll have it. So I got in there, and I was looking all around. It wasn't for the butter in the sticks. It was for butter, spread butter in a tub. And this Walmart didn't carry it. They had the sticks of that type of butter, but they didn't have it in the tub that spreads. So I just took the coupon and laid it up on top of the butter. I thought, well, maybe somebody will pick it up and go to another Walmart that has it and use it. Now, I know I could have used it probably at this other grocery store. We've only got 2 groceries here in this town. And I very, very rarely shop at the other one because it's expensive. Even when they got stuff on sale, it's expensive. But I mean, they might have had that kind of soft butter in there, but I thought, well, what are the odds that I'll go in there and get it before the end of this month? So I just laid it up there for the next person. And then I found one item that I wanted to buy today. They had a $1 off coupon on it, and I was going to buy it anyway, so I went ahead and pulled the coupon off it and got that, bought it, and took a $1 off it. Then I had one for 55 cents off, or maybe it was 35 cents off on a loaf of bread that I like to buy. It's called Butter Loaf. Nature's Own Butter Loaf bread. They also have it in honey wheat, whole wheat, and white, but I like the Butter Loaf. So I figured, well, I'll take that 35 cents and get that. So I bought a loaf of that. So I saved a little bit of money with coupons today, but man, I used to use coupons a lot back in the 80s. I mean, a real lot. My cousin got me started on doing coupons and refunding, where you get rebates back in the mail and cut the labels off of everything and save them. And then you find these refund forms and you send it in, and the companies send you money back. Well, that was back when postage stamps were like 15 cents. So if you mailed off a bunch of labels to get $1 back in the mail, you were making something. If you did it today to get $1 back and you're paying 68 cents for a postage stamp, it's not a very good rebate. And then at Orscheln's, I walked around in there, and I should just went and got what I went in there to get. But I love to look when I'm in there because like I said, once a year is all I usually go in there to get that one item. So I thought, well, I'm going to walk around and look and see. I've been wanting to get the girls these dog bowls. Well, not the girls, just for Jade, because Jade eats her food down real fast. They have these dog mats that you can get. It's a dog bowl called a lick mat, where you press the food down in these little grooves, and then the dog has to slow down when they're eating to eat it out of this dog bowl. So I thought, well, I'm going to go back there and see. This is Orscheln's. Surely they'll have the lick mats in here. So I went back in the section where the dog food and the collars and the bows and the harnesses and toys and all that stuff was. They didn't have any lick mats. But back on the end, on one of the aisles, back real close towards the wall, I found Christmas stuff on clearance. I found a dog stocking that was regularly $11.99, so you might as well say $12, and it was marked down to $3. It's got 2 balls in there, so there's one for each dog. There's 2 stuffed animals in there. There's some treats in there, and there's a tug toy. So when I get home, the dogs are going to have early Christmas because I'm going to take that out and give it to them. I'm going to give them each one of those balls. Ginger loves those balls. She's got one that she's had, and she carries it around with her and sleeps with it, protects it. It's just like it's her baby. And when Jay gets a hold of anything, Jay chews it up. But Ginger doesn't do that. Ginger likes to keep her stuff. So I thought, well, I'll give one to Jade, one to Ginger. If Jay don't chew up hers and then get a hold of Ginger's, Ginger will have that for a little security ball too. So, and I'm not going to make them wait until Christmas, even though it's a Christmas stocking that's got dog stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and give them their stuff so they can have a little treat for $3. So that was pretty much it. And then I got some groceries. I got some more soft food for me to eat. My gums are pretty well healed up on the top. When I put my denture in, it hurts a little bit because there's a few raw spots. When I first put it in, it hurts until it gets suctioned in there. And then once it gets attached, it don't hurt anymore. But I'm still not able to really bite down and chew on anything real solid because that plate moves around in there, and if it rubs up against those sore spots when I'm trying to eat something that I have to chew, it hurts. I've been, stuff like applesauce and pudding, you just basically swallow it down. Then I got some mashed potatoes. I eat mashed potatoes. I can eat that. I can eat Jell-O. I don't want to have to be eating a lot of sweets. So I was trying to find stuff besides sweets in there that I could eat. So I got 2 cans of SpaghettiOs because they're soft. And then, of course, macaroni and cheese because I can eat that along with mashed potatoes. And then I got another container of applesauce and some more Jell-O to eat. So I'm home now. So I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys for coming today and visiting with us, even though they're not in here. And y'all come back and see us any time. Bye for this one.